I want somebody to know that I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
And just like she said, because I always, even though I'm extremely grateful, I always still remember, she still lost her daughter.
Right.
And she's like, Jennifer, she said, God knew what he was doing. He put you here so you could watch your son go to high school and see your son grow.
What's up, y'all?
This is Beyond 21.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Callie.
And I'm Jennifer.
And this is part 2.
Yeah, we're going to get into the transplant here in a minute, so y'all be listening. Do you have anything to say?
Y'all be listening. Here we go.
And P.S. Happy late Valentine's Day. Belated Valentine's Day. And happy birthday, Bo!
Yes, be jolly Bo. Happy birthday. And happy National Organ Donor Day.
That's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah.
All right, well, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do that.
That day when Greg got home and Hunter got off the bus, we went ahead and let Hunter go with us. He was 13. It wasn't like he didn't understand what was going on. So
He knew how to behave in a hospital.
yeah.
He
Well, and for that, it was kind of like, you don't really know how it's going to go. And
So, are y'all all excited and, jumping for joy, on the way there? Or are y'all just, serious?
Y'all just a little scared or
Yeah, what's the deal?
yeah, honestly scared, but I was just probably talking 100 miles a minute. I was just like, wow.
Yes. Because there's hope there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I get there and, I'll take it back. Let me back up. And that day it's storming really bad.
Of course.
And in that same day, there was a storm and it went, I don't think it was a tornado. Maybe it was just a bad thunderstorm. But there was people killed in Cave Springs because of that.
Good
But
grief.
The good Lord, he was with us because we didn't experience any of that. So we got to the hospital and Greg and Hunter dropped me off because they didn't eat, because I couldn't eat anything because I was going to have surgery.
Right.
And so they dropped me off and I went ahead and checked in at the hospital and they just started doing maybe an EKG, drew blood, maybe something else. I can't remember exactly what all they did. And probably when I come back, Hunter and them was there. They go, excuse me, that Mexican's not agreeing with me.
It's okay.
Felt that.
You fought through it, girl.
Level. I'm there with you.
You fought through worse.
So after I had all my tests done and they took me back to my room, they're like, the organ should be here around 5 o'clock in the morning. And then once it gets there, they have to evaluate it, test it, make sure it's,
Still good.
still good and there's nothing wrong with it.
So did they already know that you're matching for this liver?
Yeah,
because of your test and because of the tests they've run?
Were the blood types the same on the
Yes.
organs? Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
That's God's hand in it, wasn't it?
You have to have the same blood type. And I thought, but that couldn't have been the case, that you had to be it had to be someone the same kind of build as you. You couldn't be a skinny person and a fat person. But that wasn't the case because Anastasia was really small. And I was not small, but, it worked out. But I didn't think that's how it worked, but
Right.
it did. And so I don't know how I went to sleep that night. But I did
Because you were
finally
so
go.
excited.
Yeah. But
It's right before Santa comes.
Yeah. But so I did finally go to sleep, and I thought they were going to come back in and tell me after everything was tested that, okay, it's going to be a go. You're going to have surgery at so-and-so time. Well, the next thing I know, I wake up, and they're like, Miss Bailey, are you ready to go?
out.
And I'm like,
Where are we going?
I was like, and they're like, oh, you're going to surgery. And I'm like,
When y'all going to that pre-op? Y'all already did it.
and so it was probably 5:30, something like that, 5 o'clock.
Dang, they got it there when they said they would, didn't they?
Yeah. And
It's express shipping.
That's on that helicopter in a cooler.
probably so. So they took me down to this pre-op room, and Greg and Hunter are with me. And, I never was concerned. I did not cry. I knew that.
The Lord
gonna
gave
be
you
taken
peace.
care of.
Yeah, I was not scared. I was not. And so they told Greg and Hunter that, it's probably going to be around 7 or 8 hours for the
Oh,
surgery.
Lord.
Wow, I didn't realize they took that long.
I didn't either.
And so when they took me back to the operating room, I was still awake. They hadn't put me to sleep when they wheeled me in there. And they're like, and I was going to tell you, there's going to be a lot of commotion in there when you go in there. Don't panic because there's a lot of people, a lot of things that's happening in there. And when I went in there, I can't tell you how many people.
There's probably teams of people.
Yeah. And I seen the box. It said live organ on it.
Was it like a cooler? Was it like a cooler, like in Grey's Anatomy, like an igloo?
Yeah, kind of like that.
The little flip top.
And it said, like I said, live organ on it.
Did you start to panic?
No.
Okay,
never.
you're still good.
Like-
You're still good.
That thing is sitting this far from me.
Yeah. So I never, ever did. And so, they put me to sleep. And I don't know. I think it did take like 8 hours or so. I can't remember exactly.
Jennifer's like, that was the best nap of my life.
Hey, when they put you to sleep,
Hey,
that is
that's
the
some good
best
stuff.
sleep.
But it's scary going to an operating room because I still remember, like, when I had my eye surgery, them wheeling me back there. It's just like white tile. Well, I don't know how it was for yours, but it was scary.
Like
it was
in the
scary
movie
enough to
scenes where
remember
you're just like seeing the
lights. Yeah.
Oh, I've never really
That's
experienced the
And
surgery
this was
part, but-
not just like a small room. It felt huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't know if it was or not, but so
I mean, the ones on Grey's Anatomy are. That's all I know.
so they had told us, that I would probably be in ICU for 3 or 4 days.
Like, out of it? Or just like, they're
Just
just going
like,
to keep you in
in
there.
ICU.
You're going to be okay.
I mean, I would be awake. I'd
Yeah.
just be in ICU for,
anything
right.
to happen.
Monitoring.
So, I don't remember what time. It was probably late that afternoon. They had me in a room. They had me sitting up.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking, probably not the best of sense because people said that I called them and talked. And
Hey, I would too if I felt like I just got a new life.
but I don't remember what I said. I do remember talking to some people. And I remember Hunter and them in there. And luckily at the hospital, they had a place you could stay.
That's good.
For people that's in the...
Oh, so like Hunter and
Greg
Greg
somewhere
had
to
like
stay
a
there.
okay, kind of like a hospital.
I mean, McDonald house,
a
like,
hotel.
type deal, but for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually in the hospital. I can't remember what they called it.
but it's like a hotel in the hospital. Okay, okay.
That's kind of
And so they were staying there. And I think you had to pay like... I don't know if they had to pay, but like when I would go back for tests in the future, like we could pay like $100 and stay there.
That ain't
That's not that
bad.
bad.
That ain't
But
bad.
I don't remember if we had to pay. Maybe it was free. I don't know.
Especially in Atlanta or
For
near
real.
Atlanta.
So I want to say I only stayed in ICU overnight.
Wow, you were doing good.
And they moved me into the transplant floor. So the surgery was on Monday, and they moved me out onto the floor, and I think all I did was sleep. They had a morphine pump.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That had you feeling right.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you'd have
good.
been awake, you probably would have felt like crap.
Well, and luckily, I think because the doctors always would come in there and I was so out of it, I think they just took it away from me. I think I was abusing the drugs.
Jennifer's body's sucking it faster than any other body.
They're like, dang, you should have went through another bag.
I think I called it the green machine or something because at that time it was just like a little
button.
pump. And I was like,
She was holding it down.
Like,
Yeah.
send it to me, baby. That's how they did with my epidural. Just started hitting the button. They're like, only hit it one time
Yeah.
every 10 minutes. I'm over here.
but I can't remember exactly, but like they would come in every day and I guess they just got tired of seeing me sleep. So they thought, okay, we're going to fix this.
We're going to wake you
So
up.
they quit giving me the morphine. I don't know what they gave me after that. It was tough. I mean, like I said, I had a scar from
Cut from stem to stern,
yeah, and
basically.
it wasn't stitches either. It was staples,
Oh, Lord.
and they call it a chevron symbol, but it don't look like no chevron symbol.
Just
to
like
me.
one of them giant stapler gun staples.
Yeah. And so, like I said, I couldn't really get up and do much. I mean,
Oh, kind of like they chopped you in half.
and they
basically.
would get me. Now they would make me sit in a chair, and but towards the end of I think I was there for 7 days in the hospital, and I probably maybe after 3 or 4 days they want you to start walking.
Yeah, because you can't lay there too long. You get what's it called?
Pneumonia.
Blood.
Blood clots and
Oh,
pneumonia.
okay. See,
Bed sores.
So, like I said, towards the end of the time they get you up, start walking, and I think I asked him every day when I could go home, knowing good and well I probably couldn't go home, but
That's hope, though.
You know what? You sound like your father.
I know.
That's where he gets it from,
Buddy. Oh, buddy.
That's where you're getting it from. Yeah,
So I won't.
Frank.
I can't remember what day it was, but they said, okay, so I think I had been walking just a little bit, but they're like, okay, do you have stairs at your house? Which I really don't have stairs, but I have
Just got
steps.
2 steps.
Yeah.
But you know what? You got to go
That's
climb the stairs.
Yeah, and that's a
Let's
a
go the
haul.
hallway and climb the stairs.
I thought I was going to die because I couldn't even breathe, but we made it through. And so, like I said, we were expecting to be over there for probably 2 weeks or at least. We didn't foresee being home in 7 days.
So where was Hunter? Was he still there too?
Um,
Or did somebody come and get him?
No, I think Hunter was there. I know Monday. Maybe Greg took him Tuesday or at some point. Greg took Hunter to Elbert and Amy's.
Okay, I was like, well, did he stay with Blake? Did he stay with Dawson? Like, who did he stay with?
Yeah.
No, he ended up going to stay with Elbert and Amy. Elbert would take him to school because he worked for the co-op, and Amy and Elbert was always really good about helping with Hunter. Because at this time Mom was passed away, and only had Dad. So Elbert and Amy really helped us a lot with that.
I didn't realize they helped take care of Hunter during all
Oh
that.
yeah,
They
Colin.
went to the beach together.
Well, I knew that, but I for some reason didn't think about them taking care of Hunter while all this was going on.
Yeah, they did a lot. Like even when Mom was sick and stuff like that. Yeah, they were good.
Good.
So I can't remember, like Sunday or Monday, maybe it was Tuesday, I don't know. But before you can go home, they bring you you got to know how to sort your medicine.
Right on. They teach you a class on that too.
Y'all, I ain't talking about no little medicine.
Them horse pills.
They
We
brought-
talking like pill boxes, like a calendar.
Yeah, they give you this spot. Y'all, I'm not exaggerating. You probably took 30 or 40 pills a day.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my god.
you had to sort them and know, they told you how to do it. They had a pharmacy there. And so, they
Dang.
bring all your medicine up there. You had to have all your medicine sorted. And, they told you, you have to take it at this time, blah, blah, blah. And,
So you're just taking like 30 back to back to back?
oh, yeah.
Well, you're probably taking 5 here, 6 here.
oh, no, I couldn't take 30 at a time. No.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, you're probably like lunchtime. Take 7.
oh, that's probably more than that. I
Breakfast.
take more than that now. But,
Take 8
but
with milk.
10.
so they would make you sort your medicines, and they send you home with a blood pressure cuff. A blood pressure thing.
Free stuff.
And I want to say at that time, because I was taking prednisone. Now, bear in mind, I'm taking prednisone.
Oh, they were still having you take the prednisone
yeah.
plus the 30 other pills?
Yeah,
Oh, gracious.
and so because I was taking prednisone, you had to check your blood sugar. I don't know, maybe
To
'cause-
me, that don't do nothing.
What are you going to do about your blood sugar when you
you
test
can-
it anyway? Other than eat.
I was about to say, for me, when I test mine, I already know it's low. I only test it because I know it's low.
Well, I think they were afraid it was going to go high because I was on prednisone. But like I said, I've taken it for 13 years, never had a problem with it. So, but you have to. You have to record your weight every day. You have to record your blood pressure, and you have to.
You have to report back?
You have to take it with you.
Oh, okay.
So it's after you have your transplant, they want you to come back. Like you had to go 3 days a week back to Atlanta.
You should
They
have
really
moved.
They
You
really
should've
want you to
stayed there.
stay there.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't because I wanted to be at my house.
Right.
True.
I wanted to be home. And so they let me. But like I said, it was 3 days a week. You go, and they wouldn't let you have labs done anywhere else but there at that time.
Right.
Like, you go one day to see the doctor and the other 2 days are for labs. And then as time progressed, like
It got less and
it got
less.
less and less. And so that was kind of, that was a long ride, but
Yeah.
I was still able to be home. I mean, it was probably rough on Greg and ever who took me. I had friends that would take me so Greg could still work. And then, like, I had an aunt and an uncle. They would take me a lot. They weren't working, so they would take me, which was very, very wonderful because, they were familiar with Atlanta and it didn't bother them. I never had any problems in the hospital. I mean, after the transplant, besides just wanting to sleep,
They fixed that real quick.
No, not really. I still like to sleep.
That was just
No, I'm saying while
personality
you were in
sleep.
there, they were like, all right, we got to cut this out.
Yeah.
Let me just ask, did you still sleep after they took the morphine away and you're like, haha, gotcha. It wasn't the morphine, it's just me.
Yeah, I
was
still
sleepy
slept.
too.
I may not have slept quite as much, but literally, Greg would say I would be talking, I would go to sleep, and I'd wake up and I'd start the same conversation back.
In the place where you left off, or just started over?
Crazy sitting here like,
She remembered.
okay, she crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, it was really weird. But like I said, we were there for about a week, and then we came home, and then like I said, that's when we started having to go to the doctor 3 days a week. Still, everything went good. I did develop a hernia
Oh, no.
after my surgery, and I mean, with all the extra weight I had on me, I mean, it was expected. But they're like, well, yeah, you have a hernia, but we're not touching it. You've got to be further out. I want to say, I think I had my transplant in March, so it was May they did the hernia repair. But the hernia repair was probably worse than the transplant because
Really?
they completely open you back up again.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
so
After
like
your body's
scar
already trying to
tissue.
heal.
Yeah, the scar tissue.
And I mean, bear in mind, I had just got to where I
did they cut you in the same exact spot all the
Exact-
way back?
all the way. Yeah.
Oh, my.
They
They should just. Well, no, they couldn't have got it when they
Well,
were in there
they
'cause
told
didn't
me.
know it was there.
Well, they were hoping they wouldn't have to do that.
Right.
I went in as an overnight procedure. I ended up being there for 5 days because kidney failure and
You had kidney failure?
yeah,
She's like, I just skipped that part.
and
Wait,
It's
you
nothing
good?
new.
You're good now, though.
well, I mean, I still have kidney issues, but I wasn't in failure, but I had kidney issues keeping me at the hospital. I mean,
Oh,
they were
okay.
serious enough to stay.
Oh, okay.
And then also I can't remember, but I had to have like a pint of blood. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I had to have a pint of blood. So honestly, like I said, that was worse than the transplant. But thank goodness I was actually able to get up. I mean, it probably took me a good 2 months to be able to get around and move around good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to stay home by myself, but like I was limited to what I could do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean,
Like it was get up, go to the bathroom very carefully, and come back to that.
and actually sometimes I couldn't even do that.
Oh,
I couldn't even
goodness.
get out of the chair.
Oh.
I will never forget one day Greg had took Hunter somewhere and I tried to get to the bathroom and somehow I got on the floor thinking I could get there easier.
Hey, I feel that. Your arms.
And I was like, okay. But you know what? I never did get on the toilet. I was still on the floor when Greg got home. So
I'm sorry for
no, it's fine. But I
Greg
mean,
was like, what are you doing?
yeah, he
I
probably
can hear. What are you
No,
doing?
no.
Hollering like that. Why are you in the.
Jennifer, what? Why didn't you just wait till I got home?
You're like, Greg, I just had to pee.
Right.
Like, literally.
Yeah. So, like I said, we spent many more visits at the hospital. But then after so long, they finally start letting you have lab work done at home, which was nice. And, you still go to the doctor often, but maybe after the first year, I think then they start letting you come like once a year. You still can have labs done, but you could have those done at home, which was nice. So I would say probably it took me a good maybe 6 months to get over everything, because once I started feeling better, I was like, I don't want to be home. Here I am drawing
You're trying to go.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, everybody else is at work or at school, and I've got to do something.
She was like, I like my sleep, but I'm ready to get back in the groove.
I'd never been used to being at home. So I had went to the doctor. I went to see Dr. Finn one day, and I had seen on Facebook where Kim, the doggy daycare lady,
Yes.
was she needed somebody to help her. And I thought, I said, this way I could see if I'm able to physically go back to work. I could still draw my disability, right now, and just try to see if I can do something to go back to work. And so she's like, yeah. She said, if you think you're able, you come on. So I did. And I worked with her probably maybe 3 months or 4.
With the doggies?
Yeah, with the doggies.
Was it like grooming?
No, I just would give them a bath, and she didn't do daycare then.
Yeah, I didn't think she did daycare then.
Yeah, no, like give them baths, brush. blow dry them, brush them, and stuff like that.
Did you like
it?
that?
Yeah, I did because I love dogs.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know you did that.
Did you have Molly here at this point?
No, I had Dixie.
Okay.
No, I did have Molly, and she
was she sweet then?
She was just a baby.
Did you have both of them?
No, Dixie died.
But Duke was there.
Yeah, I had Duke. But Dixie died the year of my transplant, and then I got Molly like in August.
Dixie was the very nice version of Molly.
Yeah.
Looks like the same dog.
Yeah, Dixie, she was wonderful. Hunter loved her.
Molly went to live with Pawpaw, didn't she?
Yeah, Molly lives with Pawpaw now. She doesn't even want Mama now. She's Daddy's dog, my daddy's dog.
Pawpaw feeds are good.
Oh,
She's living it up over
Is
there.
she a thick girl?
She thick.
she is sick.
She's still a growler?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Some things never change.
No, they don't. So
She's better at Pawpaw's house though.
yeah, she is better at Daddy's house because it's just him. It's something about more than one person.
It's Hunter, the problem.
No, she's
Hunter.
even good when
good
it was
with
just
Hunter.
Hunter by himself.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just when you get more than one person, it's like
And
she's.
It's a jealous.
Hunter would love on her when it was just them two.
Oh, okay.
It was when somebody else was present. She had to put on that act, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
boy, I'll never forget that day we come over for that fishing tournament. She come out from behind that recliner at me like
Yeah.
a snake.
She's always been evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
But I wish I could see her in the puppy form. I can't picture that.
No, she really was a good puppy. I don't know what. I probably Hunter turned her into being the bad dog.
Yeah, he started
I bet
probably
he
messing with her.
aggravated her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was probably Hunter. We're gonna blame him anyway. He's not in here.
Yeah.
So
He don't listen anyway.
No. So I worked for Kim for like I said, maybe 3 months or so. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to go back to an office job, be around, that
Other
environment.
ladies.
And so, no, because honestly, I had been pretty much used to working with mostly men.
Oh.
And I did go to office environment with women. That's another
Drama.
story.
I'm not even going to say her name. You going to dream about her.
Nah, I probably won't anyway. So I did. I went to work, and I probably worked about, I don't even know if I worked a month. And I was like, I can't do this.
You're like, I can't be contained to a desk.
Well, no, it wasn't that.
It was the women.
It was, yeah.
Oh,
It
it
was
was the
just
women.
so-
Okay.
I mean,
drama.
The drama. And Sally wasn't bad at this point as much.
Oh,
as
okay,
later.
okay.
Oh, wait. She won't listen to the podcast, will she?
No.
Okay, good.
No, we ain't friends.
Shout down to you, Sally.
So
We ain't friends.
So I worked, and it was like right up to Christmas. And at that time, like my liver enzymes were like kind of going up and down. And I think
Probably Sally's fault. She probably
Probably.
stressed you out.
probably, and because stress will affect it. To some
I'm
point.
sure.
And so I just told Greg, I said, you know what? I said, I can't do this.
This ain't for me.
And he said, whatever you want to do. So
Did you kind of like low key want to go back to the dog place?
no, I didn't
Oh.
go back to the dog place.
I didn't know if you were like, I really like the dogs better than people.
So I think it was, we were supposed to go out to eat that night for Christmas dinner with all the girls in the office and Sally. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm like, I can't do this. So I finally, after lunch that day, I went in there and told Sally, I said, Sally, I can't do this. I was like,
Dang, she was the big boss dog.
yeah.
Yes.
God.
I didn't tell her because I just told her, I said, I just don't think it's going to be a fit for me right now. I can't do
With
it.
everything going on, it's
I
not
said, my
right.
liver enzymes are up, and I just don't think. And she's like, and she's like, well, I really hate that, but I understand. So I just went out there and got my stuff, and I just left. I didn't tell anybody I left. And I just kind of like I was just going home. Like I was just sick, because I didn't want to get into it. At that point.
So, like, none of them were your friends. Like, you didn't even have one in there that you were, like, even really cared remotely about.
I liked them all, but
But
They
not
tried
like
to
a
start
bestie.
stuff.
Not like a bestie.
no. Not at that point. I didn't know. And so, so I quit. Like I said, this is Christmassy probably time. So, I quit and think I'm going to look for another job. Come February, I go back.
Oh, no. Sally let you go back.
Well, I did the job, and they didn't have anybody. They couldn't. So, the girl that I was working with, she's like, yeah, she's great. So I went back. I think I quit that job 4 or 5 times, honestly.
Oh, my gosh. But wait.
Sally let her come back every time.
So, Sally was
After
actually
the third time, she's like, all right, you got to quit this, or you just got to quit.
Wait,
Yeah.
So was Sally like the real villain here, or was it some other lady in the office? Like, was Sally the real bad girl?
Sally was a micromanager.
Oh, okay.
That's what you call microgement.
She was micromanaging, but she needed you.
She did need me. And
That's why she
Know
let
your
you
worth,
come
girl.
back.
Know your worth.
Yeah.
so, but basically, like, I can't remember how I worked the last time. And I think I was going to go to work for Scott Logistics in Rome. The good Lord shut that down after 2 weeks. I took the job, but you had to pass these tests, and I didn't. So I said, I guess God didn't mean for me to have that job. And Sally didn't want me to leave. She said, I want you to, the last day I worked there, she told me,
The last day.
the last day of that,
Fifth last day.
second time,
Oh, we hadn't got to the 5th time yet.
the second time, she said, I want you to go to lunch. She took me to lunch, and she says, when we come back, I want you to get in your car, and I just want you to go somewhere, get coffee, whatever, and just think about it. I don't make a haste decision if you want, to leave. I just went and sit in front of I knew I was, because if I have my mind, I'm going, okay?
You're like, listen, Sally, I don't need
I made
a
my mind
Starbucks
up 3
coffee.
weeks ago.
But see, the thing is, like, you couldn't tell her that she was the problem because she would never.
It would have just caused more
It don't
problems.
work
It would.
that
So
way.
it didn't. It didn't matter.
Sally just thought she was trying to help you,
Oh, she
but she was really the problem.
thinks she was making you as her role model. So bear in mind, so I go to work at this trucking company for 2 weeks. Last day, I didn't make it, so I didn't have a job.
Wait. Was this Scott Logistics?
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I am just upset. I'm like, I've lost my job. I don't have a job. I wasn't drawing disability this time because I'd already came off disability.
She's got no income coming in.
Hey, were you dispatching though?
No, I didn't get that far. I just
Hey.
did training.
Let me tell you, that dispatching it's not for the weak.
No, it's
Because
not.
I do it sometimes, but I don't enjoy it. Dispatching is hard, really. Talking to these people that, I'm not trying to be any type of way, but like most of these people can't speak English or speak broken English, and it's hard for a cornbread girl like me to understand that you want to blah 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 Georgia to North Carolina, like.
Right.
Anyway, so it's not for the weak. It's hard work, and I don't like talking to people on the phone.
Well, the thing is,
Unless I like them.
one of my friends was working there, and so she's actually how I got the job. And she's like, Jennifer, she said, I don't know how you didn't get that. She said, everything I know, because we had worked together before, and she's like, everything that we've done, you had taught me. And she's like, I can't. And I was like, I don't know. I said, I guess it's just God's way of saying that's not where I needed to be.
He shut that down.
Before I got home, Sally, are you sure I can come back?
Number 3.
Round 3. Ding, ding, ding.
She's like, yeah, you can come back. So I go back again.
What a generous woman. She was a micromanager, but she was sweet, though. Well, I don't know how she
No,
was.
she was just using me for her benefit.
She was a user.
And so then I left again. And I went to the place in Ellisville. I didn't stay there long either because, honest to gosh, you didn't do anything. You did nothing. I cannot have a job that I'm not doing something.
I hear you.
So
It's hard to sit there for 8 hours.
luckily, this one worked to my benefit because the girls, Benita was my best friend.
Bonita Moon?
Benita was my best friend. And she's like,
Oh.
she would call me and she would say, she's always asking me stuff. And so finally one day Sally called. Sally sent me
Sally.
Sally sent me a text. And she says, Jennifer, will you call me?
Shawty, come back.
And she did. She called me and she said, what would it take to get you to come back?
Like, I want that.
100K.
$100,000 salary, 4 weeks vacation,
Well, see,
and a puppy.
I can't remember exactly what I was making. And I said, I want $40,000 a year and I want 2 weeks paid vacation.
Dang.
I mean, that's been 10 years.
And what'd she say?
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yes.
That was.
She gave it to me.
Did Sally own the company?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
But I mean, she
She was making boss girl decisions.
Oh yeah, she was.
Here we are on number 4.
Yeah, number 4. And I don't remember what year this was, by the way.
We're going down the line.
Yeah, we are.
Is all this happening in 1 year?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like over 4 years.
Okay. I was like, dang, she hopping from
Leave?
January to March.
Leave and come back one time each year.
Yeah, and so I went back, and so then I was like, everybody was quitting because I mean,
Uh-oh. Sally.
Jennifer was like, it ain't nothing for me to jump on this train.
so I'm thinking, okay, I've got to get out of here.
Listen, hold up. So everybody's on the train. Everybody's leaving. Toot toot, out of the station. Sally's there left by herself.
No, she's not by herself. One girl she fired because she wasn't doing her job. My friend Benita left.
When Benita left, that was time for you to hitchhike
Yeah.
up out of there with Benita.
And it seems like one of the other girls left, but I can't remember exactly what happened. But anyway, so I applied for this job in Fort Payne at Industrial Chem and Dryer.
Yes, I'm here at this point. I'm here. I was here for the 4th time.
I've been here, okay? I was here. I didn't know I was there, but I was there.
So I ended up, I went for an interview one afternoon. I don't remember what lie I told Sally, but I told her I had to go do something. So I went to Fort Payne
listen,
and
I gotta go.
interviewed. And so they told me, they're like, hey, the second round interview, you're going to have to go to Louisville, Kentucky. You're going to have a problem with that. I was like, no. I mean,
She's like, I'm a traveling girl.
I wasn't a traveling girl that much then, but I mean,
I know, but
had
I'm saying, you were like, oh, yes, I'm ready for this.
So,
You paying for the flight, I'm hopping on it.
so luckily, Sally, I think she was out that week. So, the next week, they called and told me, Brent called and told me, he's like, hey, he said, you got an interview. Have you got your phone call for your interview in Louisville? I was like, no. Well, come to find out, now bear in mind this is probably lunch. So they finally called me. I think they just didn't call me for some reason, but I don't know. But Brent made sure they called me. So he said, can you be there tomorrow? Tomorrow?
And you're
Louisville, Kentucky? Okay. So I went home and I told Greg, I tried to get one of my friends to go with me, but she couldn't go. I said, Greg, I don't want to go to Louisville by myself. I can't drive in the dark. I mean, I just don't like driving anyway.
Dang, they weren't going to fly you out?
No, it's only 5 hours, I think. So he's like, yes, but if this job don't work out, you best better understand that you are supposed to be with Sally.
You can go number 5 with Sally.
Yeah, you are not. And so
Greg's like, you got to cut this out.
Yeah,
I can't keep.
Greg's like, my mental health. Just
No, he's
I don't know if we love Sally or hate her this week.
Right. He's like, if we go to Louisville, Kentucky, and you don't get this job, we're done. You're done. I was like, okay.
You will stay there until you reach the retirement age.
So luckily,
Oh my
I
gosh.
got the job. I didn't work. So I went to work. That was a Tuesday. I had to be in Louisville. So I went home the next day and went to work. So I was out of work one day. So I told Sally I was sick or something. I don't remember.
Hey, she wasn't there. It don't matter.
So I just texted her and told her, well, I got the job. And so I went to work the next day. She wasn't there. And they called and told me I had the job. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
I'm going to have to quit this gal again.
How am I going to do this? So I asked some people. I didn't tell everybody, So I asked one of the guys that works in purchasing that didn't like her. I said, hey,
You mind telling her I'm quitting?
no, I said, I got another job. What should I do? He said, just give your resignation letter to Patrick downstairs. Now, bear in mind, I don't deal with Patrick downstairs. I mean, I know who he is, but I thought,
I hear
darn if I have to tell Sally.
Again.
Don't let me
For the
send her a
fourth
text.
time.
So I typed up a letter of resignation. I says, due to circumstances beyond my control,
Oh, yeah.
I am resigning effective immediately. So I go down there and take it, and
P.S. Sally's a...
I can't remember what he said, and I don't know. I just handed it to him. He might have said something, and I just said no. I can't remember exactly what he asked me. But anyway, so I go home. Before I even get home, Cindy, she was a sales manager, but her and Sally were really good friends.
Oh, yeah, they're besties.
And she calls. Oh, I didn't answer it. I was like,
No, I ain't doing this right now.
Well, so she sent me a text, and she's like, Jennifer, she says, I just really need to understand why you left. And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? She's asking, I'm telling.
I ain't coming back.
No.
I'm
I
telling.
told her. And I mean, like I said, she was friends with Sally. She said, Sally's really upset, so I just told her I would call you and see what was going on. I said, well, first of all,
That's high school girl energy.
I know.
First of all.
if she really wanted to be, for me to possibly be her replacement when she retires, she would let me do more than just give me everybody else's work. And, all I was doing was extra work. It was nothing to do with what she does. Sally herself.
Oh, no, she don't want you to know how to do that.
No.
Because then you could take her job, possibly. That's threatening.
So I was like, and I just basically told her, she said, okay. Well, I never heard another thing of it, but, I'm sorry to get off the subject, but once you get on that rabbit trail.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. That was a good
fun.
cherry on top.
You have to go to that. But anyway, before we end, I do want to go back about the transplant. So getting back to my transplant, so I don't know, probably a couple months after I finally recovered, I wanted to contact the donor family. In most cases, when you have a liver transplant,
They don't share that information, do they?
they don't. You have to sign a waiver that you want somebody to contact you or you don't. It's totally up to you if you want to or not. But because I knew the guy, I don't remember how I got her information, but anyway, I sent her a letter, and just, basically was thanking her. I can't even remember what it said. Well, she had tried to send me one sooner than I had got hers, but for some reason she had to go through like the hospital, I guess, or something.
To get
They were like HIPAA.
Yeah, but because I had reached out to her first, then she sent me one, and so she sent me the sweetest letter back. And
And this is the mother.
yeah, the mother.
You still have the letter?
I do have the letter. And it was, I think the aunt, she sent, Tanya, her mother, had wrote me a letter and sent me some pictures of her. And then the aunt had wrote like a biography or something that they had read at her funeral. And it was really sweet. And she sent that to me. And so at that point, we started making a connection. And I want to say it was like in August after my transplant that we met them, Tanya and Jonathan and the kid and her other sister and brother. And, a lot of people are like, that would be strange. But to me, it wasn't. I mean, those people gave me part
They gave you a new life.
and even to this day, I always, when things come up like her birthday, things, I want them to know that I think about her. I didn't know her, but I
But you have a part of her
in
in
me.
you. Yeah.
And so, like I went to the oldest sister's baby shower. I met a lot of their family, and I think that means a lot to her because honestly, I'm the only one she's met.
And you weren't in your part of it. You weren't making them feel like you had
It was an obligation.
that they had been parting out their child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, like I said, and we still stay in contact. And I mean, we usually, which I need to schedule that, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, we usually try to do something at least around Christmas, and and Hunter and Callie go with us.
They're really nice people. Like
They
they're
are.
really down to earth people. And like we went to their church last year?
Yeah.
Year before?
No, it was last year.
Okay, last year.
Well, not this past Christmas.
Right.
But the Christmas
The
before.
one before. We went to their church to watch their Christmas play. It was so good, bro. I was emotional.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was so good.
I mean, it was like
They live in Huntsville.
No, they live in Sardis.
Like we went to Bama Bucks and ate with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
And
they don't live far.
yeah, and then we went and hung out at their house until the Christmas. That Christmas play was like 3 hours, was it not?
I mean, it was like,
It was a long Christmas play, but it was so good.
it was good. It was awesome. And, you know, and I try to keep that.
Well, you post every year. I know. A picture of her, and then
Yeah. And, you know, like I said, it gives me, I want somebody to know that I'm thankful for.
yeah.
And it's like she said, you know, because I always, even though I'm extremely grateful, I always still remember, you know, she still lost her daughter.
Right.
And she's like, Jennifer, she said, God knew what he was doing. He put you here so you could watch your son go to high school and see your son grow. And she said, I mean, we don't know why, but it was meant to be. And, you know, and I take it like
What a selfless woman.
I know.
Yeah.
They're very they're very big
Anyone.
believers.
Yeah.
and, you know, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know,
Cuz like she's not out here trying to make her feel guilty.
no. And like I said, you know, she tries to, I mean, like, I consider them my family because, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I didn't know Anastasia. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't even know about, like, how she passed away or anything until we met them like, later because, you know, I was just like, you know, and she was 17. And, but like I said, the family is wonderful. You know, I can't imagine what they're going through
Yeah.
or have gone through, but you know, I am grateful and thankful for what they've done for me. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, they're just not about organ donation. But, you know, before I was even a recipient of a transplant, I was an organ donor because you know what? What are you going to do with that when you die?
Well, and I didn't even really know anything hardly about it when me and Hunter started dating, you know. But then like, you know, when Hunter and I started dating, I didn't have a driver's license. But when I found out about it, then I became it. Or, you know, I have it. I'm an organ donor.
Yeah. And like, even when Hunter got his driver's license, I think Greg took him after he failed it twice. But anyway.
I failed it once.
Hunter, you know, and Hunter just automatically put it on his. And, you know, and that just makes my heart happy when I see that.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people's like, oh, I wouldn't be an organ donor because if you have organ donor on your license, they may let you die just to say.
Well, they're not going to let you die because then it's your family that they still have to talk to people's family too.
Well, here's my thing is, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
I
The
agree.
doctors are not the ones that's saving your life or not. That's God's decision, not the doctors.
Right.
So,
And like I said, you know, I mean, I went through a lot of bad years. I mean, like I said, how Greg and Hunter put up with me is beyond me. Because I'm going to tell you, the prednisone absolutely was horrible. I mean, I was so moody, and I'm the biggest witch ever, honestly, you know, because I know I was. Because if you can feel it and you know you're doing, I mean, but you have no control over it.
well, and I'm sure when you look back, you're like, oh, I was so.
I know, and I do.
I do that to myself, and I am not taking any medication.
And I still think about that. I'm like, you know, I was probably the worst mother ever, you know. But you know, I think it's Hunter has really. I mean, he's been through a lot between me and Greg, and I think you know that it's probably made him grow up a little more faster.
Oh, it
you know,
did, yeah.
You know, because I mean,
Well, he had to mature quickly because, there was so many adult things going on. Like, because he would tell me, like, even when I, went to the hospital that one time, he scared to death because he's seen it so many times
Yeah.
before. And he's like, and I didn't realize it until, later on when we had started dating. He was like, I've seen a breathing tube, down both of my parents' throat, and he was like, it's scary, especially when you're 13 or, dealing with that.
I couldn't imagine at 13 because, I mean, that's when because that's how he was when I had my transplant. But now Greg, when he had his open heart surgery, when Hunter, he was in high school.
Yeah, I was about to say, he had to be like 15, 16.
Yeah. I mean,
I think me and Blake were probably dating when Greg had to have it.
I think so.
Pretty sure it was right before one of those fishing tournaments that y'all took.
It was
Was it the year we went to Eufaula?
I think he had
17.
a heart cath. I think he might have had it before. We weren't fishing at that time. Maybe he had a heart cath or something. But
then it had to have been fresh because y'all were talking about it on the way to Eufaula. I'm pretty sure.
Because I can't imagine myself what he must have felt, because I know when I seen Greg like that,
Makes your stomach turn.
yeah, you're like, oh my God, and I can imagine a 13-year-old kid doing that,
Yeah.
so I mean.
Yeah, because they don't know if you're going to live or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
They
he
don't know
told
how
me,
stuff works.
like, I thought both my parents were going to die,
Yeah, and you don't. And I mean, like I said, I mean, he's always thought he was an adult anyway, but he really became an adult a lot quicker, I think, because he has seen it. Mm-hmm. And, but like I said, a lot of people.
Made him tough, I tell you that.
Yeah. But like I said, a lot of people just don't want to be an organ donor, but,
This proves the importance, though.
yeah, I mean, I knew several people. I knew Candace Flint, which she passed away now, but like she was a lot of help to me when I went through it. And then like now, since I've had mine, I know 2 or 3 other people that's had it. So it's not something uncommon. It happens in your town, and I just want people to be aware, And like I said, I'm so thankful for my donor family because I don't know if I'd be here today.
Right.
But, just want to make people aware, if you're an organ donor, you don't never know whose life you could save or someone could save your life. Because, I mean, it does happen.
And not just one.
No, not just one.
Many.
And like you said earlier, I mean, it's not just organs. I mean, your eyes, skin. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet you can donate everything except probably a brain. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but maybe parts of your brain.
Right.
Oh.
I don't know. I've never really thought of that. But, I mean, we still have sometimes at things with my liver. Because even though I had the transplant, I still have autoimmune hepatitis. It won't go away.
Right.
And like right now, probably since a couple months, I'm having a flare up.
Yeah.
And my liver enzymes are high. And hopefully, and I go back next week and have some more labs done. And if they're normal, good. If they're not, they want to do a biopsy just to make sure. Because, I mean, even 13 years out or 12 years out, I mean, you still have a rejection, but they think it's just the autoimmune. But the thing is, every time those are high, like I said, it's damaging your liver.
Right.
So and I'm not saying it, I'm asking genuinely, not trying to, put anything on you, but like it could happen again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
See, I heard that the liver, like, is the only organ in your body that regenerates.
That is correct.
So if you donate a piece of your liver to somebody, that piece can grow into a liver, and the other person will have a whole.
It'll heal back.
It'll heal itself back to a complete set,
which is crazy because
I just wonder how many times you can split a liver.
Well,
maybe overthinking it.
Well, yeah, but you're right.
Just saying, like 3 pieces could save 3 people, and then in however long it takes for it to regenerate, each person have a whole liver. You see what I'm saying?
At the time I had my transplant at Piedmont, they didn't do that. You had to have the entire liver. But now they do that. But like I said, just because I had the transplant doesn't mean that
It's
Yeah.
over.
no.
So when your liver enzymes get high, especially if they get so high, that's when you could kind of relapse and like go back into that whole
Yeah.
situation.
So like right now,
Because your immune system is really weak when your liver enzymes get so high.
right.
Okay.
Like I've been sick since January, like this year. And so like I had strep and I think I had the flu, even though
Yeah.
it said I didn't have it. But like because my labs had been high for a while, they ordered me to have like some special like viral testing to see if I had some kind of underlying infection going on, which they didn't. I mean, the only thing, and they had come down a little bit. So, and I do feel better, so I think it's good. But I can, like I said, I can tell, you know,
When it's off.
yeah,
So you still see Dr. Finn though.
yes.
Look at her.
I'll always see Dr. Finn.
There you go.
I just usually go once a year to see him, just so if I need to see somebody quickly, I don't want to have to go to Atlanta for something. He's there. I mean, but it's normally like for colonoscopies or stuff, but he just likes to keep checking me. And like I said, I just love Dr. Finn. I mean,
You're like buddies now.
yeah.
I mean, you've got like a
I mean,
Y'all
when,
like family.
12-year relationship. No, longer than. You've got like a
25.
25-year relationship.
and like I said, I mean, when he asked about how's your husband, how's your son, I mean, people don't do that. I mean,
Right.
Somebody knows you personally might, but I mean, but we're to that point now. I
We
guess.
should have asked Dr. Finn to sit over here in my chair.
Honestly, he could have told us his side of the story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he would tell you though, like of all undoubtedly he has several autoimmune patients, and they all,
Feel that way about it. He checks on all of them like that.
yeah. But he can control their autoimmune, but mine,
Jennifer.
I'm out of control. It's where Hunter gets it.
Well, and then there's Sally.
Oh God,
She don't make it any better.
no.
No, but you still have dreams about Sally, don't you? Or have you had one?
Sally, like, kind of low-key give you the PTSD. Like, just a little bit. Like
Every time I go to the casino in North Carolina, I feel like I'm going to run into her. She went to the casinos too,
Oh.
and I'm like,
She's like, oh,
She's like, well. She's scoping out your slot machine, so when you get up, she goes over there and hits the jackpot.
and I'm thinking, what? How would I react to her? She probably wouldn't even speak to me. Probably.
Honestly, like, if you saw her, you just be like, what's up, Sally? You pull, like, what Mama did the other day. She saw somebody that was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing when she was a manager, and she reported it. Well, Buddy got fired. So he blamed Mama for it. Well, Mama the other day, like, he walked by and acted like he didn't know her. And she goes, hey, so-and-so. And he turned around and looked at her, and the way he looked at her, he was like, the audacity.
for this woman.
And I said, Mama, who is that? She was like, oh, I just got him fired because he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing at the store, and I reported it, and he's mad still. It's been like 15 years. He's still mad about it.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, probably Sally wouldn't know me anyway, because I mean, like, I probably was 30 or 40 pounds heavier. She might, but I'm not looking for her. I'm not looking for her. And
She might be looking for you. She could be your stalker, reckon.
She could be trying to hire you again.
No, she ain't.
What if she's turned a new leaf?
She should be about 80 by now.
80.
Oh,
I didn't
Sally.
I'm just kidding.
Sally don't even have a Facebook. What you mean?
No, she does have a face.
She don't know what a podcast is. She won't be listening to this.
No, she won't be listening. I don't care if she did. But,
Shout out to you.
But,
Sally.
like I said, all through it all, I mean, it's been a journey. But, it's just like I said, it's made me stronger too. I mean,
Yeah.
You don't know what you can go through till you do it.
True.
So,
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you
Yeah, I'm glad
glad
you're
here.
here.
and glad to have you here.
Yeah.
I know. And it's like Tanya said, I mean, I have got to experience a lot because, I mean, like I said, Hunter was 13 and now he's 25. So I've seen him graduate high school, college. Y'all get married and gave my daughters.
Marmar.
Yeah, my
Got you a-
grandpuppy.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah, it's been a challenge,
Yeah.
but it was well worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Worth it for me, too. I got me a good mother-in-law.
Spoken like
Mother
a
in
champ.
love.
Mother in love, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Same.
Get the daughter you always wanted.
That's right.
Maybe. I hope.
I probably
I
do
might hope I meet those expectations.
I probably do more for her than I do Hunter.
She does.
Hey, well, you know. I mean, it
Hey,
is
we're
what
going to
it
go paint soon with
Yep.
y'all.
is. Yeah, with us.
Yep.
We have to sit together.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you really got two daughter in
I know.
because
I
you
know.
actually had me first.
I know.
And then I brought her.
Callie took you away, didn't she?
Wow.
I'll never forget Hunter.
Discard. What were you gonna say?
When Blake and Caitlin first started dating, because they had Hunter, their child. They
Yes.
adopted
Yeah. Hunter
as
was their child.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the first Mother's Day. I have a picture of them that they brought me for Mother's Day, an 8x10.
Oh.
I still have it.
Of all three of us? Or just me and Blake?
No, it's just you and Blake.
Oh, I was about to say, what?
No, it was an Easter picture,
Here's
but
our
y'all gave it to
family.
me for Mother's
Oh,
Day.
yeah, in front of the cross when I was in the blue
Yes.
dress and Blake had the
Aw.
long hair.
I
Yep.
do.
So really, I'm your daughter
Yeah.
because I married your son, and I married your son. So
Yeah, we just want to be a happy family.
absolutely.
That's Alabama for you.
Okay.
Anyways, well, thank y'all for listening.
Yes.
And remember, go and sign up to be an organ donor. Put it on your license, and yeah, just don't be greedy with your organs.
Right.
Right, you can't do anything with them when you're dead.
Absolutely. I mean, they're just gonna go in the ground and
Right
rot.
to dirt.
There you go.
The worms will eat them. Anyway, all right, y'all. This has been Beyond 21. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
And I'm Jennifer.
Bye, y'all.